Welcome to our May team meeting. To get us kicked off, I won't ask anyone to read unless they feel really called to do so today. Our mission statement is to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. Thank you, Brian. And as a quick reminder, please don't call anybody you're not supposed to. We have to open up every meeting with this. And moving on to our vendors to kick us off. Chris, come on up.
Hey, everybody. I'm going to get these started here. You can take one and pass it along. We are rolling out a new program effective basically the start of next week, all new loan applications. It's called the CCM Line of Duty Death Benefit Program. If someone is killed in the line of duty, if they're first responder, so police officer, firefighter, EMS, moving forward, we will have a policy to pay their loan off entirely if they do lose their life in the line of duty. So
Like a life insurance policy on it?
basically to cover the loan up to $525,000 loan amount, excuse me. So if anyone has any questions about that, that's on all loan applications moving forward if someone works in those fields. So any questions, let me know.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
And then we also have, so Andrea, you know, life happens and kids get sick. So she was not able to be here today. I don't know if we have her on Zoom. She is on Zoom. Andrea, did you want to say hello to the crowd?
Hello. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Yep,
Okay.
I'm turning the TV up. It might be a little glitchy, but we'll work through it.
Okay. Well, hi everybody. I just wanted to say I had a great time with you guys all at Red Day. Do I have an echo?
Hang on one quick second,
Okay.
Andrea.
Your computer. Sound of the computers. Where the microphone is.
Computer. Now she should be good.
Hey, let's hear from you again, Andrea.
Is this better?
No, it might be your internet.
Oh,
I
crap.
don't know.
All right.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do, Andrea, if you can hear me, we do have another slide. I heard her say something about Red Day. I want to thank Andrea for being a part of Red Day. And Andrea, if you want to say anything in the chat, feel free to put it in the chat and Lynn will read that off for us. But I do know we want to thank American Title for being a part of Red Day, as well as we have a reminder that this Thursday, they actually have a 6-hour staging CE at their office. It is a paid CE, but you are getting 6 super valuable hours. So there is a link for that. And then did Andrea say anything in the chat that I need to add?
If you haven't RSVP, you can still come.
If you have not RSVP'd, you can still come. So thank you, Andrea. If you can hear us, I'm sorry that our technology did not work today, but we love you and thanks for being here. All right. So my favorite part of the meeting are core values. As a reminder, our core values at Living are grit, build a positive team and family spirit, be transparent, 360 team player, and create fun and a little weirdness. So to kick us off, we would first like to recognize Rick Tannenbaum. I'm glad you came back in the room, nominated by Stacy Jones. She said, I would like to nominate Rick Tannenbaum. I truly feel he goes above and beyond for all the agents in our office. He's a 360 team player and he's always looking out for others. He creates fun with his smoker and bourbon. We all know our broker well. Who else can say that? And he's transparent as it gets, always sharing and helping. Thank you, Rick. We have Alicia Barton, nominated by Carly Sablotny for team player. Alicia is always willing to assist in teaching the new agents on our team and taking them under her wing. She's helped teach how to hold open houses and other items newer agents need help with. She's done this voluntarily and has been an asset to our team and our new agents. That is a great one. Give Alicia a round of applause. And then we have Sally Fry, nominated by Michael Fanara. I'd like to nominate Sally Fry for grit and 360 team player. In this market, which is so tough for many agents, Sally keeps her head down and stays on her grind. She doesn't let the tire kickers or the ghosts get her down. She just shakes it off and keeps moving forward. She presents herself as a fearless leader every day, taking our new agents under her wing and showing them how to be a strong agent with a strong reputation like hers. Sally is an asset and deserves all the recognition. Want to give her a round of applause? We also have Sandy Braun, nominated by Julie Miller, and she nominated Sandy for positive team and family spirit. Sandy Braun is always there for me when I need help. She is there with positivity and support, and I'm grateful for her willingness to step in when needed. Thank you so much, Sandy. Give her a round of applause. We have another one for Sally Fry, nominated by Miss Amanda Pullman for 360 team player. Sally Fry is just this. She came to our team 6 months ago and literally has hit the ground running. She works with our newer agents, helping them skill up as showing assistants. She regularly shares her over 10-year experience she has and is always so generous with her time, bringing so much value to our power-ups and team meetings and place rhythms. Sally always chooses to embrace a mindset of abundance and collaboration, recognizing the immense potential for growth and fulfillment with our team. Sally's results have shown up strong, and despite that's already she's a seasoned agent. She leads with openness and positivity to keep changing and pivoting with this new market. She's a true leader. Our whole family literally says to me when we talk about growing, Amanda, find us another Sally.
I hope too.
What did I say?
Family. My
Same
kids are
thing.
like, find me the salad. Our team says, find me the salad.
Our whole team and from, yes. So give Sally a round of applause. And before we announce our winner of the month, we would just like to open it up to the room. If there's anyone you want to call out for one of these amazing attributes. Keisha.
I could call out Ricky Manko.
Oh,
Ricky, y'all don't know how much stuff he does around here. He
Oh, we
is
do.
really like the behind the scenes backbone of his market center. He's doing all kind of stuff and doesn't complain, doesn't get, look, some of the stuff he do, I'll be complaining. Just gets it done, so I just want to share.
you are absolutely right. Anybody else? I know we'll talk about it in a little bit, but just ALC and everyone who participated in Red Day for positive team and family spirit. I think Living has a really special culture, and that should be noted, and we appreciate you all. And without further ado, drum roll, please.
Oh.
Give it up for Sally Fry. Okay, take a picture and send it to her. And tell her we'll get a coffee coming over to her. And some celebrations. Meet our newer agents. We have our newest agents, Pietra Foster, Michaela Palin, and Jennifer Norman. Give them a round of applause. We have a couple new ones in here that will be on the slides next month. Congratulations, April Cappers. We have the Kathleen and Dennis Bergansky, Denise Borders, and Dee Creel.
2 more slides on cappers.
We actually might have 2 more pages, because Sally Fry, Sarah Casimar, Laura Murata, as well as Ken Smith. And then our April top producers, a big congratulations to Lauren Baker, Alicia Barton, Dennis and Kathleen Bergansky, Melinda Chamberlain, Felice Colon, Mary Jo Richatelli Clark, Dee Creel, Andre Godes, Brian Jackson, Beth Jones, Michael and Stacy Jones, Sarah Casimar, Mary Jo Kormashoff, Katie Maddio, Diana and Mike Magno, Danielle McCandless, Michaeline and Bob Paul, Mike Roberts, Dana Roseman and Ange Carrero, Carly Sablatny, Brent Smith, Ken Smith, Tara Samoji, Anna Strugatsky, Rick Tannenbaum, Journey Tool, CJ Trevisano, Adam Tursky, Keisha Wagner, and Mo Ladarsic. And then,
Sorry.
no, we are so excited. Celebration. Ricky, speaking of how amazing he is, did a little Red Day recap. So again, we thank you guys so much for being a part of our Red Day. Super special, and let's see. Aw, and then kicked off now. If you notice, we have 2 members of ACAR here today. So I would like to welcome you guys up. Give them a round of applause. You guys, and just to let you know, there is some goodies over there. Perfect. So we have Julie and Jamie here. I will let you guys take it away, but we greatly appreciate you educating us. And the floor is yours.
Thanks, Jill. Hi, everybody. I'm Jamie McMillan. I'm the Vice President of Government Affairs for your association, and this is.
Julie Larson, I'm the Chief Operating Officer for your association.
Now, before we get started, our communications director is going to be really happy if I can get a picture of everyone looking like they're having the best office visit of their life. And we'll try to get this on the cover of one of our upcoming newsletters, all right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We'll take a couple.
Excited about
All right, so we're gonna kick off with the stuff on the next slide is our high-level strategic plan. So the next 2 slides, we're gonna go through a little bit quickly. You all know what a strategic plan is, and it helps us guide the work that we focus on. Every 3 years, we do a huge update, and we have Realtor members like you guys come in and help us craft what that vision will be moving forward. Next. We're not going to read all this, but we like to focus on engagement, professionalism, housing, of course, adaptation, what's going on in the market and how do we need to pivot to make sure we're meeting everybody's needs. And then, of course, MLS relations.
So also, we have new member orientation. So those new members that you showed on the screen earlier, it would be wonderful if they would reach out and come to our new member orientation. At that orientation, we talk about the association. We talk about, you know, what kind of benefits are available to you. And you don't have to be a new realtor to come to the orientation. If you became a realtor a couple years ago and you never attended, you're welcome to join us. To find out what those benefits are that we do provide, what the resources are, what you can expect being a real estate professional. We also talk about, for Warren, you're on the next slide there. Forewarn is a safety app that we do provide at no cost to all of our membership. And right now, I am handling the activation and the login. So if any of you are having difficulty getting activated in that app, Brian, would you mind sharing my email address with me?
Absolutely.
Just email me the email address that you use with your cell phone number. I'll either update you in the system if your email has changed since you've been put in, or I can add you as a user and you'll get an activation link that will go directly to your email, and you'll just follow the instructions in that link and click on it. And Irene, would you like to share with us what some great benefits are of using this app and how it helps you in your business?
I mean, I use it, obviously, our team uses Zillow, so a lot of times I'll get a call or they've got real-time touring. And I've not had a chance to talk to the client yet or anything, but I'm meeting them at a house, so I look them up on Forewarn. If you don't have Forewarn, you basically plug in their phone number, or you can put in their name, and it'll pull up their age, if they use any alias names. It'll tell you, like, well, and this is honestly, it's happened to me before. It'll pull up if they have any criminal record behind them, and you can glance at it. A lot of it is traffic, they've sped or whatever. I have pulled it up, and there was someone that actually had been convicted of rape prior. And not to say that you shouldn't show those people a house, however, I would, definitely take someone with you. So I use it, really, I mean, it's.
And for those people on our team that are having trouble logging on, we all ask Irene to do it for us because we never want to go out and meet the guy. Did you see on Solon Soundboard last week? Lucia Mack posted that a criminal who's raped or taken realtors hostage or whatever is back out, and he showed up in an open house last week. So
Oh my
you
God.
guys need Forewarn or somebody with Forewarn before you go show houses.
Yeah, I never like pick up a call from anybody until I forewarn them to go. This is some crazy stuff. One guy was like a laundry list of like real estate related fraud. I'm like, what kind of scam is this?
Mhm.
But it's some wild stuff on there for sure. And I've had that. I was on my way to meet a guy and I had to forewarn him, and then like he had murdered somebody, you know, which again, like maybe,
Yeah.
maybe he's reformed, but
Yeah.
So it's really good if you can't get in, because some of us haven't been able to email you, and you said it was email you with your phone number and your email address.
Because if you signed up a couple years ago when we started this with a different email, and now you have a new one that you're using, sometimes it can affect the uses of the app. So yeah, I can definitely assist you with that.
The one clause I like to share when we talk about Forewarn, and I know you all know this, but if you use it for one client, you need to use it for everybody.
Correct.
Even if you think you know the person, you should still be checking just to make sure you're fair housing gurus.
Well, I think even simply, you talk to people, like, are they younger, are they older? It'll give you their age, it'll give you even if, what their current address is. So it helps you even in some ways, like, are they currently renting? Because you can tell if it's an apartment number or if they own a house, and that'll also help you in conversations that you do have with the buyer. If they have a house to sell.
And
as
that
well.
you're seeing the person that's showing up on Forewarn. If they're 25 years old, and then you show up and it's somebody a lot older.
Yeah.
It gives you a sense too of who you're meeting, right?
Yeah.
By the way, Forewarn only works with landlines and cell phone numbers. A lot of people are using VoIP, Google and other VoIP. It comes up as no records on those.
What did you say again? We just send our information to you when they sign
Yeah,
up?
so they'll share Julie's information, and she can, if you have trouble getting set up after scanning that QR code, she'll make sure that the information you're inputting matches what we have and make changes where we
Use
need
a
to.
system.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you didn't find the reactivation link, I can always resend it from the system as well.
So this is odd, I just put my husband in and two names came up. It's not my husband.
I wonder if the phone number
You know, and he's
had
been,
ever been somebody else's.
yeah, and he's been getting, this has been his phone number for like 20 years, and every once in a while, he does get a number for somebody else.
Huh.
He's-
Interesting.
And he's like, you would think as long as I've had this number, they would be calling me. We thought I'd go
All right, so we also have what I think is probably one of the best professional development directors in Therese Cobell, who hopefully a lot of you know. And she plans, all of the continuing education that we offer, including core classes, elective classes. We have a diversity series, that's 1 hour online on a variety of different topics, really good sessions. We have a lunchtime success series program today. Actually, there is one at our office on escrow holds. So that will be a good one. I like to do our suburban road shows. So that's where we'll go out into the community, try to have a mayor or mayors come in, talk about what's going on in the community from economic development, amenities, housing, if they have those pesky point of sale, like whatever it is we've got going on, we invite them to come in and talk to our members about it. Our next one is actually June 12th, and we're gonna be in Warrensville Heights. We're gonna be talking about infill housing and some recommendations that cities could make to their zoning to make it more appealing for developers to come in and do those one-off locations, filling what they call the missing teeth of a street. So that's coming up. Julie, did you want to talk about the scholarship?
Yeah, so we have, what's called the Harold Cleric Scholarship Foundation. And this is available to all members to use, if you want to do professional designation or certification, you can apply for this scholarship. And it gives you a reimbursement, for, I think it's part of
The last class.
that's the last class, yeah, towards your designation. So really, there's no other requirements for it. It's not limited to one person. So if you're interested, please reach out to Therese. If you're planning on getting a designation this year, then get that information, put in the scholarship so that you can get part of that, coursework, the registration fee for that reimbursed.
And Therese, one of the favorite things to do is to sit down with a member who wants to do one of those designations that requires a lot more things.
Yeah.
A lot of times, one designation will count towards another. And so she will help you maximize that scholarship and take advantage of as much of that member benefit as possible. So it's a good resource. We obviously do a lot of events, but we want to get to what I think is the fun stuff. And I think you guys will appreciate after seeing that awesome video from Red Day. We have a great community outreach program. Janice is actually the chair of our Community Outreach Council. And we do a number of different things. And she's always looking for new volunteers, new realtors to join our council or to help with different events. So one of the things that we do is placemaking, where we support different projects in the community. So we're helping with 3 different pocket parks, one in each of our 3 counties. This summer, once we have the dates confirmed for work days, we'll put that information out, and then hopefully we'll have a handful of realtors come and put in some sweat equity to beautify a community amenity. That picture is a healing garden that we did in Akron a couple years ago. It was huge. We planted like 1,000 daffodil balls on top of all these other perennial plants. It was a really good day. We also do our Good Neighbor program. So how many of you volunteer with a nonprofit? Okay. We have a super simple volunteer spotlight form that I would encourage you all to fill out, and we'll send you the link. It's like your name, contact information, where you volunteer, and why. If you get those applications in before July 1st, one, we're going to feature you on our social media. It helps us tell the story that realtors do more than sell homes. I will say it till the day I leave the industry and retire. Realtors are the best community advocates that are out there and know what's going on before anybody else. And so it helps us tell that story. But if you get those applications in before July 1st, you're also in the running for ACAR's Good Neighbor Award. One person will be selected to receive a $1,000 donation to the charity of their choice. So July 1st is the deadline to be considered for that this year. Denise, do you want to talk about Realtors Give Back Day?
It's coming up, it's June 5th. Hopefully we can get some more volunteers, because we don't have a lot right now, but it is where we're going out into the community to give back. Where is the picture?
What is it? Cleveland Food Bank.
Which is where I just left yesterday, and it's the most amazing experience. It's the most amazing, like, the Cleveland Food Bank, I honestly, I didn't realize all that they do at the food bank until I went yesterday with WCR, and they serve more than Cuyahoga County. They serve all the surrounding counties, Medina, Portage, Summit, Lake, like everybody comes from the food bank. It's a huge operation, and it is way more than what we think and we see on TV. And so I hope that everybody can come and support that.
What time? It's in the afternoon. I want to say like 2 to 4. And I don't know if any of you ever worked with Dan Tyson. He is a former realtor and he ended up moving there to do their volunteer coordinating. So we're excited to see a former member, but also give back to a really great organization.
And he may be able to work it. I want to kind of discuss, we did ours yesterday. He worked it so that we could do, we got a tour, like a behind the scenes tour before we went and worked with the community. And the tour was amazing.
I think we have that as an optional thing at the end, so we don't have time to stay. Late afternoon can be tricky. Okay, so one of the other big things that I work on is public policy, working with our local governments on hopefully policies that encourage homeownership and protect property rights. But sometimes we have things like rental regulations that pop up and we try to weigh in on those. And what I always find super helpful is when realtors let me know challenges that they're experiencing because of a city's particular regulation. I know Amanda and I have talked ad nauseam about some things. Keisha was super helpful when we were working on the residents first and helping even me understand the quirks of a 203K. I'm not a realtor, so it helps me to get insight from you guys to better understand what's going on. So we, in general, support systematic exterior only inspections of all homes, not just those for rent or sale. It helps the city ensure that all of the properties are properly maintained. Unfortunately, our neck of the woods has some of the worst point of sale regulations and rental regulations in the country. And so sometimes it feels like we're fighting an uphill battle, but that's where having feedback from you guys can help, because our elected officials don't know what they don't know, and they need to hear how these things are impacting real life. Point of sale obviously is one of our big issues, and we're still working on that. Later this year, on September 12th, we're doing our Pancakes and Politics event. It'll be in Bedford Heights, but the topic is going to be point of sale. So
We're gonna have some elected officials.
yes, so we're gonna have a panel of mayors talk about how their cities have either rolled back point of sale or have never had it and can still ensure that homes are maintained. And then maybe we'll have some other updates to share too, but that's going to be the crux of it. Okay, who knows what RPAC is? Okay, RPAC is the Realtors Political Action Committee. We support candidates regardless of party, we're bipartisan, but we support candidates who are good on our issues. We have a candidate interview process that is, our RPAC trustees coordinate, they're all realtor members, and we only focus on real estate issues. We don't get into the weeds on things that are not our lane. So if we say we're supporting a candidate, you can bet they're pretty good on our issues. Nobody's 100%, but we have to build those relationships, and RPAC helps us do that. So how can you get involved? Obviously, we'd love for you to invest in RPAC. As little as $15 helps. But the other thing, people have to vote. I mean, you have to vote. More and more, we have so many elections that come down to fewer than 100 votes.
Yep.
Your vote is your voice. It matters. You don't have to vote for who we say, but you need to vote, you know? And whenever you're helping a client move, encourage them to update their voter registration. You can get cards from the Secretary of State's office. There's an online form that you can use too, but that's another great way to help be an advocate for the industry.
So Jamie, how much do we average raising for our PAC every year?
The last several years, we've raised over $200,000. Those are all voluntary dollars coming from only Realtor members.
And what do we do with that?
And that money goes directly to candidates. We're not using it to throw big parties. All that money goes directly to support candidates who again are good on our issues.
So the website, how many have logged into the ACAR website before? Okay, so we have a few that haven't. We have a new website that launched last month. If you have not logged into the website since April, you're going to use the same username and password that you had for our previous website. If you have not ever logged in, I encourage you to do so because behind the login, there's information that's available to Realtor members only, like about our package. Also, you can pay your dues online through our portal. You can sign up for events. You can see what upcoming meetings are coming up. So if you have not logged in, your login and password would be your NERDS M1 number. And if you don't remember that, you can reach out to Jenna Stevenson, our membership coordinator. Her information is on the website as well under the staff directory there. And she can give you that NERDS number that starts with usually 6570 if you were a new member at ACAR. If you came from another association, you might have a different first four numbers. But that same number will also be your initial password to log in. And once you log in, you can update your password to whatever you'd like to be. And if you ever forget your password, we can also reset that for you at the association if you just reach out to Jenna or myself. So the Home for All podcast is a podcast that you can also find and access through our website. This is great because we do legislative updates on there where Jamie does interviews. We have market updates. We have interviews with key guests that are just providing information about what can help you in your business. Has anybody listened to that yet?
Really good. Most of the episodes are about 30 minutes. But then there's also Fast Lane Learning.
The Fast Lane Learning is shorter, about 10-15 minutes. And this is short snippets with quick business items or tips for you to use in your business. So if you're just driving between appointments, you can pull up the Fast Lane Learning and listen to that. You can listen to it on Spotify, Apple, the Amazon app, and even Stitcher. Committees. Amanda, do you want to tell us a little bit about your experience with committees?
So I started off in grievance, right? Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah. Got really, I just got really involved with grievance and really enjoyed it. And now I'm on professional development, professional standards. Gosh, I'm terrible. Yeah. The committees aren't the things that I know too much about. I am on the board and I love just everything that ACAR does, from Jamie standing here, who literally what you do for us to help with the concerns that we have as realtors have a voice is so important. And then all of these different committees, obviously, they're a way for you to have your voice and to be kind of behind the scenes in all of and everything that ACAR is doing to really help us all. So that's all I can say. It's not very good, sorry.
Okay, so between Janice and Amanda, why do you take your own time to volunteer on the committee? What do you get out of that?
Because I love our industry. If we don't support and love our industry, then you're not getting the most out of why we're realtors and why this is changing lives, not just for ourselves as agents, but for clients. And if you don't care about the dream of home ownership, you know, then I guess this part isn't interesting. But if you absolutely just live and breathe this industry and you want it to be the very best for everyone involved, I think you owe it to yourselves to get involved in whatever way you can. Sometimes it's just a volunteer day, but if you have any interest in any of these committees, you will help in every way, because I think there's just so few of us that really want to put our energies behind this for the good of all of you. We all gain from it. And so if you want to be a leader, this is a chance, and really to get to know what our industry does for all of our agents.
That's great, yes.
Very well said.
No, but, I mean, the plug was not pretty.
No, I think that for me, it was important for me to, I've always liked community stuff, and so, when we had, it was a realtor who was here before, she's not here anymore, but she was like, you should get into community outreach, and so I looked into it and I researched all of them to see where I felt my passion was, and community outreach was that for me. And then it also just allows me to meet and network with other agents that I probably would never know, or we may never do a deal together. And now we're involved in this group where we kind of know each other now, and we know if there's a name with a face. So I know if I call this person, I see him on the MLS or whatever, they know me. And then I just like what we do in the community and how we give back and how we give away scholarships and all of that to nonprofits who are, looking to do something in the home space. And so that's important.
That's great, thank you. We'd love to have all of you on a committee. The QR code is here if you'd like to sign up. All these committees are open for people to say, hey.
Get those phones out.
Participation of everybody scanning.
So what I would say is that your volunteer for these committees, they do not meet every month. Some of them may. We meet like 10 times a year, every other month. So it doesn't take, it's not a long commitment, it's an hour meeting. Sometimes we work on subcommittees out of that, but it's not a huge commitment for that.
An hour a month.
Yeah.
An hour a month. Most, yes, those are all the open committees. We do have some that are by appointment only, like our grievance. Sanders and RPAC. But this is a good way. It's once you're involved and you get to know the association and the leaders, that's how you end up being asked to serve on some of those appointment only committees.
And there's a staff liaison to each committee. If you sign up, that will reach out to you, give you information, get you engaged. And then on our board of directors, we have a liaison to each committee as well, which that leads us into our board of directors. So you see a list of names here. Mark Vitardi is our 2024 president. Drew Gabeline is our president-elect. Gary Post is our treasurer, and Gil Hamid is our immediate past president. Everybody that sits on this board, they are all volunteer realtors. They work in the business every single day. And they talk about the issues that are going on. They talk about what the committees have discussed, and those issues work their way up to the board, and they make the decisions on what our focus should be as an association, how we can serve our members better, what benefits we can provide. So Amanda is on our board of directors. Why don't you talk a little bit about your experience with that?
Well, there's never been a better time to get involved in real estate, guys. This is some times at which we have an outstanding president this year. Mark Vitardi is a dynamo. He has taken so much upon himself to create and learn about the position he's in, and is a true leader. And to be surrounded by people like Akil last year, who was someone I was not familiar with, but is there in every way supporting us as we go through some pretty different topics and some uncharted territories as our industry is, kind of flipping. Or go freaking out, whatever it's doing, right? I think for me, it's my chance to step up in every way more to help us and our industry stay on top of why we do what we do. I mean, if we don't have buyers and sellers with great realtors to represent them, it would be mayhem out there. And we have an obligation to step up the standards, no matter what the changes are, whether we like them or we don't like them. And so for me, I was gonna run 2 years ago, I had circumstances couldn't happen. It was the best timing for me to be on the board this year, and I'm so excited to be with these people. I just can't say enough for getting involved with ACAR. If you have some time, do something, just start somewhere, because we're looking for the next leaders.
That's great. And we do have commercial representation on our board as well. We have a commercial seat. We also have an affiliate seat. Beth Zarilla is our affiliate representative. Mike Mendoza, I believe, is our commercial seat. And we have a mixture of brokers, agents, managers. It's a really great group. So we get information from all aspects of the business. And then finally, we've got our ACAR staff. Some of these names you might recognize and some of them may be new to you. Our CEO is Mike Ballerino. He's been with ACAR for, well, even before it became ACAR with the Cleveland area board. So he's been with us, you know, over about 20 years. I've already introduced myself. Jamie has Alex working in her department. She's the government affairs representative. We've talked a little bit about Therese Covell. She handles our professional development and professional standards. Donna is our executive assistant. I'm not sure if you're involved with the CIE program, you probably talked with Donna. And Beth Clays is our controller and handles our financial needs. And then everybody knows wonderful Jamie. Genevieve is new to us as well, and she's our digital and social media coordinator. So all the posts that you see on Facebook, Instagram, the videos she's doing, Genevieve is responsible for those. And she works with Kelly Moss, our communications director. And if you call in, the first person answering the phone is Diane Plesia. And she's really nice as well. And then our new member services coordinator is Jenna Stevenson. So if you need something specific related to your dues, maybe your email address has changed or you moved, you're going to want to reach out to Jenna Stevenson.
Right.
That's our show.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And a special thank you to Amanda for just being on the board, bringing them into the office. Sometimes we don't realize we get so busy what ACAR has and how much they do for us. And I also wanted to add, when you were even talking about volunteering opportunities, whether it's with ACAR or community outreach, you guys, when you're communicating with their clients, with your clients, they want to see what you're doing in the community too, and what better organization to be a part of. So we thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
All right.
All right, and then we have a couple of fun announcements. We are actually, does diversity committee want to talk about this? Yeah. I'll invite you guys up.
So we're looking for volunteers for June 1st. We're gonna do the Pride March in Cleveland. Just a way to, to give back and to support. So we're looking for as many people as we can get to represent KW Living, to show that we do support and we're here. So you can get in contact with Brian. You can stop by his desk, or you could send an email or however, yell out his name and let us know who you're willing to do you know any times or
Yes.
what it is?
So they're setting up at 10 and then the step off for the march will be at 11. Mhm.
How long does it go?
It's been like 20 years since I've been to Cleveland Pride. I want to say about an hour or two,
Oh,
I think
nice.
is the length of the march.
So you just literally march together,
Mhm.
you walk
Yeah,
together and you're
yeah.
in a little group. That's
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah, and we can have cute little shirts.
Look, she's all about the shirts.
We talk about fashion like.
It's all about the shirts. We can have shirts. You can give away stuff as you walk too. You can have, I know, like when I do parades with my son, we give away candy or whatever. You can have little bags of candy with your information in there, or whatever, to give out and just support, so.
Are we doing anything for Juneteenth?
We are, but we have not gotten to that.
And this is too fast.
One at a time.
So thank you for keeping us.
Yes, and you are next.
So stick around.
Okay.
Okay,
Aw,
so Crystal is our hero among us, and she is, but she fought me on this, like, we argued about this, and I told her absolutely, absolutely, she was the person for May because it's Mother's Day.
Hmm.
God, so much more. Okay, so we're gonna get through this and hopefully without any tears. Okay. Crystal was born in Cleveland, Ohio, as we all know. And she grew up on a very family-oriented street where everyone supported each other, even though they may or may not have had kids. And I remember those times where you can get in trouble from anybody on your street, right? If your mother found out, it don't even matter who told her, you was in trouble when she got home. Everyone contributed to everyone's upbringing. Crystal has 2 sisters and 1 brother. Her sisters live in Akron, the Akron area, and her brother lives in Orlando. Crystal entered real estate so that her husband could also do the business with her. Then, as many men do the opposite, and he decided to drive trucks. She started for him and he's not here. Okay. She then fell in love with real estate. The whole idea that it's a professional business and the high expectations of us was intriguing to her. Crystal had her first child at 21. His name is Day. He was the only child until she adopted a teenager, Darnell, when Day was 11. So he was the only child for 11 years, and then she reached back and got somebody else. So she was at the point of her life of giving back. When you yourself are together, you go back and get one. And so she met Darnell, and the whole family, her entire family fell in love with him. He came straight out of adoption to her, so she never fostered him, she just adopted him like foster it. He was 4 years older than Debbie, so she adopted a teenager, which normally teenagers are the last one to be adopted or never adopted, because nobody wants teenagers. She really engulfed him into the family environment and began to make so many memories for them. She would take them to church, and the only way she would get them to go to church was to say that they could turn up afterwards. So they would leave church in the parking lot and start blasting turn up music, because that's the only way that she can get the boys to go to church. Daddy and Darnell were the best of friends. She also has a son, Dylan, who is now 15 and very active in sports. She stayed on top of her boys as we do as mothers. Teenagers sometimes tend to chart their own course, but Daddy and Darnell, they both graduated high school. Darnell went away to college at Toledo. Crystal was very in tune to the boys. Daddy wanted to move on his own. However, she wouldn't allow him until he had his license. They then found a place to move out with her blessing. The place was in Akron, and he moved on a Friday after she made sure he had his license together. He was dating a new girl, and he was so excited. The Monday after the Friday, she got a call from the girl's mom that her son had passed. Daddy was 24. Oh, I should not be reading this. Dylan was 10 when Daddy passed. She currently has 8 grandkids, 2 of which are Daddy's. 2 girls, her grandgirls as she calls them. She has never had any major losses in her family up to this point. She had to learn about grief and went to counseling for 3 years. She had to learn who she was after the loss of her son. As a mother, you have to help your kids. As a mother, she had to help her kids and her mother grieve to get over this hump. She now has a big hole in her family. Easter was the first holiday afterwards, and it was very hard. Friends support you and hurt with you, then they go back to their families. You realize that you are the only one in it, and your family is the only one that has changed. You can either stay in the space or grab the strength from that space to move forward. You learn how to take a part of that with you and push and allow it to push you forward. They passed in 2019 and then COVID happened in 2020. COVID was a great distraction for Crystal, and all that was going on with her. It helped her through the grieving process, and gave her something to look forward to, because she looked forward to the wine at 1 o'clock. COVID was a blessing for her outside of the many losses that many felt during that time. It gave her the space to heal. After this, she learned that she had breast cancer. And her outlook for this journey was super positive because she had a guide on how to move forward. She knew she would be okay and just compartmentalize her whole process. It was actually amazing to watch, because most of us were here. Her mother is the person who inspires her the most. Her mom had a son that passed at 6 months. She wanted another boy, but then had 3 girls. So dating was like a son to her also, which made it incredibly difficult. She has learned that some of the things we care about so much doesn't mean anything. What is important is to take time for yourself. Your job is not the most important thing in your life. What is the value of this moment right now? Figure that out. Make the memories with your family, because it could be for you or them. She thought she was making the memories for them, but the memories she was making was actually for her. Do not get caught up in the order of people who pass. The order to mess you up, because we have no control over that. She hopes that her sons have learned to create their own lane, make their own rules, do not go off of what other people want your life to be. Always ask why, push the limits, and have fun doing it. Crystal is still on the path of moving forward. Many of us know that her son's name is on her license plate. She has decided to remove his name off her license plate this summer as another step forward. She wants to build a development and have the street named after her and her son. Her LLC is also in the name of her son, Day. So continue to watch over her, Day. I know your mama's maybe you thought.
Something that's so special about these, and thank you, Crystal and Janice are the ones who brought this Heroes Among Us to the brokerage. We would never know this side of the agents we work with. So thank you, 1, for organizing this, and 2, for being brave and vulnerable and sharing your story.
Thank you, Crystal.
Okay. That is a really hard turn. So Janice, did you want to say anything about these?
Look, I'm just here.
Thank you.
Oh, I just have one thing to share about,
Yes. Oh,
WCR.
sure.
So next Tuesday, WCR is doing, what they call Touristy Tuesday. So we're looking for agents, our office is gonna be the jump off spot next Tuesday. And so we're looking for any agents in the office that has listings so that we can tour your listing next Wednesday. And it's for Cuyahoga County. So if you have any, please let me know. We would like for an agent who has the listings to kind of be there to give us a tour. But we're looking for about 4 or 5 houses. So if anybody has anything, please let me know.
That's awesome. Thank you. Denise.
Thank you.
All right. Then tech, Lynn, do we have a tech update?
Yeah, little one.
Perfect.
Flip the next slide.
It's a big one.
Well, I'm giving them a little one first.
Alright.
Good.
So if I get shirts, are you guys gonna love technology? Maybe. So Command added something new, and this is really cool. They added a little bit of AI, but the AI only goes to MREA, Playbook, Shift, anything that Gary wrote, it's in there. So if you have specific questions about any of that stuff, you can go to the homepage, click this little stars, and ask it your question. It's gonna give you details. It also goes to answers, so if you want to do something crazy, it's in there too. Now here's the fun one.
I know you want to shoot the messenger because everyone loves command so very much. There's gonna be a small change to commissions coming up. So you're gonna keep your eyes peeled. Ricky's gonna send you a email on instructions how, because there's gonna be some changes to the commission process and how you actually get paid. Similar, just some steps that are changing. So if something looks a little out of place, it's probably out of place, so follow the sheets that are coming for you.
All for the better, but as we know, change sometimes we feel. Thank you, Lynn. Rick, did you have anything to add for the broker minute?
I could. There was something to talk
Minute,
about.
60 seconds.
Got 4 minutes.
Hey, that's another one.
Just a real quick update. We need to make sure that you guys are keeping all your documents together. Whether you keep it in .loop or command, that I need to be able to access everything, so. Some people are storing their files somewhere, nobody knows, they don't even know. And when I ask for something, they say it's in command, and when I go to command, you guys are only uploading what the required documents to get your commission is. And I'm missing all sorts of information I need. So whether if you use command, that's fine, put everything in command. If you use .loop, that's my preference. I find that one easier, but whatever you guys use, just make sure you keep everything, every addendum, every, even the date changed 5 times. I want to see all 5 date changes. So just make sure you guys keep a complete file somewhere that you can all find it.
Yeah. I don't know. Yes, Ricky.
I'll take 10 seconds, so Jill doesn't yell at me, and I'm glad Lynn got the bad news today, so. Just a real quick update, we're probably gonna be there's gonna be some delays in commission coming up here with the new command system. All right, we're all gonna have to work through it together. But we're gonna try to do our best to get paid every day. There is like a 5-day blackout period, they're saying, where things aren't gonna be, and you guys don't know the word Winmore or anything like that, but they're basically getting rid of the program we use to pull in the DAs, and they're putting it all into command. So during that blackout period, just bear with me. I'm gonna do my best to get everybody paid every day, but there might be some hiccups in the process. So June, I think it starts June 1st, right after transmittal, but the blackout dates are June 5th through the 10th. So just know that that week's gonna be a little hectic. We're all gonna have to work together, and if you guys need help, please call me. I'll do my best to do whatever I can for you guys, so.
And just so you guys know, there are so many market centers who I've heard say, this is a blackout date, the 5th through the 10th, you're not getting paid. Our K1 network has already went to the drawing board. How do we figure out how you guys can still get paid? Obviously give grace during that 5-day window, but Ricky is trying to be very creative.
3rd through the 10th, sorry.
3rd through the 10th. Thank you, Ricky. Okay, and then just a few announcements. We have a K1 network class next week, Surviving Market Shifts. We're going to be talking to a couple agents who have been in the business since 2008, the downturn, and basically how your mindset was then, how it translates to now. So hope you can make that one. Just a reminder of our power ups. On the 21st, we have Mastering Listings. The 29th, we have how to get home buyers to engage on social media. And, is Sean here? Oh, no worries. He actually said, as a solo agent himself, he was like, hey, can we put a little networking event together? Just what are you doing in your business for what? An opportunity to have conversation and camaraderie together, which I thought was very, very nice of him to organize. So
Great, what a leader.
I know, I thought so too.
I would be there if I wasn't in it. Oh, no, then I'm not so agent.
Talk to him, but still awesome opportunity to step up and bring value, and we greatly appreciate him for that. And I'm sure you got the email because Glover U does not miss an opportunity to send you an email. But this is a really cool class. So it's the Adapt and Thrive, 13 ways to own your market this summer. There will be a little bit of NAR and how to balance that into your business. And one thing that I think is super cool, this is the eve of Jeff Glover's 40th birthday. And to celebrate Cleveland being such an integral part of the Glover U business, they are doing a complimentary drink. If this is gonna be at Nuevo, they're doing a complimentary drink for everybody who attends, which I think is really cool and special. This will sell out because of that. So if you are thinking about going, I would be sure you scan that QR code and get your ticket now. Does everybody have the QR code before we move on? Okay.
It'll be on the TV in the common room too.
Oh, perfect, yes, it will be on that TV. Also, we have a CE after today. It is, I had it pulling up here, Ohio Sewer and Drain Pros. Not only are they doing a CE, I mean, look at, they like did the spread for us today. So thank you so much for the food and.
Sales are on the way, don't worry.